Elizabeth, during her time as a student, has established an on-campus interest group for primary care innovation. She's engaged the community through health-related service and represented GW in the SAFA Assembly of Representatives. She has discovered a passion for fostering teamwork, collaboration, and interprofessionalism in medicine. Following graduation, Elizabeth plans to work in the community-oriented primary care system in our nation's capital. She currently serves as president-elect of the Student Academy. Please join me in welcoming Elizabeth.
Thank you, Dr. Alexander. Hi, everyone. Dr. Alexander asked me to make some remarks from the perspective of a clinical student. I wasn't exactly sure what to talk about, so I asked around. If you were a first-year PA student, what would you like to hear? I got some pretty good suggestions. Top 10 places on campus to nap. How to keep that white coat white. And why running off to join the circus might not be such a bad idea after all. Then I spent some time thinking about what I might have wanted to hear last year when I was sitting where you're sitting. And I'll admit, it really took me back because it feels like this was all a million years ago. But I think I simply wanted to know that everything was going to be okay. What we've done, what you're doing, is hard. Some people will say, just hang in there because it gets easier. But my dad always told me, things don't get easier, you just get better at dealing with them. And I agree with him. As the waves grow stronger, we get better at navigating them. We learn the ropes, we anticipate which way the wind will blow, and we adapt. What I can sense in this sea of students is a tremendous amount of strength and courage. And I don't think you're actually afraid of the hard work. I think that maybe you just need a little bit of reassurance that it's all going to be worth it. So as we celebrate your accomplishments today and prepare for your future with patience, I'm going to be passing on a little advice, some white coat wisdom that I found helpful through my years. So here we go. Number one, it's all about the patient. When you slip on that white coat, you become a vessel for healing, compassion, and knowledge. I remember waiting to begin seeing my first standardized patient. I was so nervous. We all were. Sweaty palms, palpitations, butterflies, the works. Dr. Layla sure saw this, and she made us all take a deep breath. She reminded us that if you're getting nervous, it's because you're thinking about yourself. And you have to stop, refocus, and think about the patient and what they need. And this was some of the best advice that I received, and I actually use this every day. One of the best ways to give the patients what they need leads me to number two. Start by listening. 2 ears and only 1 mouth means we should listen twice as much as we talk, right? So make this a conscious decision, part of your practice. Ask questions and really listen, and then show the patient that you listened by clarifying and summarizing. You'll be amazed at how this simple thing strengthens your relationship with patients and builds trust and confidence. Number 3, find an anchor. Ideally, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. But the reality is that if you can find one thing each day that you're really pleased with, you can hold on to that. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying don't dream. But the truth is that sometimes things are tough, tricky, challenging, and you can absolutely still find personal satisfaction in what you're doing. Number 4 is embrace the team. This white coat, it's about camaraderie. You're all amazing individuals and you're so unique, but when you put this white coat on, you join others who wear white coats. Embrace that team dynamic and those team members, and you'll be amazed at how they reciprocate. I just finished my psychiatry rotation, and I was on a team of 3 medical students. A patient, who we refer to as the president, because, well, he thought he was the president. Asked me, what are you? Well, I'm a PA student, a physician assistant student. And what are you? He asked my colleague, Kemi. I'm a medical student, she said. Pointing at me, he says, so one day you will work for her, pointing at Kemi. And without missing a beat, Kemi said, no, Mr. President, one day we'll work together on a team. Now that is something that I can appreciate, believe in, and embrace. Number 5 is don't be square, be well-rounded. Get involved in at least one thing that's not clinical. For me, it was the National Student Academy. I wanted the chance to meet and work with student PAs from across the country. And this perspective has really shaped my own experience as a student and the approach that I'll take when I'm a practicing PA. Because you see, leadership, service, and advocacy, they're not these separate paths that people choose to take. They're little choices, small gestures along the way. As you go on your journey, fill your basket. And if your basket is full and you come across something that you can't resist, fill your pockets too. Croquer la vie à pleines dents, which in French means live life to the fullest, but more literally translates into bite life with your full teeth. With so many flavors in life to taste, I hope you'll take this approach. Number 6 is when you're in a tricky situation, tell a story. We heard a little bit about that already. And Ann Davis gave me this advice directly. She heads outreach and advocacy for AAPA, and her goal is to help people understand what PAs are. So I use this advice often when I get tricky questions. I have these little stories in my back pocket that I use to explain things. And I let the story focus on what PAs can and do. For example, sometimes I tell patients that I see a PA for my own healthcare needs, and she's able to diagnose, treat, prescribe, and she always does it with patience and a smile. And I tell them that I want to be just like her when I'm practicing medicine, whether it's in surgery, psychiatry, internal medicine. It's these stories that help shape our identity and the future of our profession. Plus, they open patients up to the idea of PAs as the provider of their healthcare needs. My last bit of advice, number 7, is be kind, work hard, and good things will come. I think I saw this either on a billboard or maybe on Pinterest or something like that. But I really believe it. It's so simple and yet it says everything. This white coat symbolizes something to people. And if you're kind and you work hard, it can only mean good things. So in summary, yes, everything is going to be okay. In fact, I think everything's going to be amazing. So congratulations on receiving your white coats today, and we all, look forward to working with you soon.